This is a documentary about a day in the life of government officials. You will meet just a few of the people who make up the legislative branch, executive branch, and judicial branch.
We are the legislative branch.
The legislative branch is one of the three branches in the United States government.
The legislative branch is a bicameral Congress made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate. I have been a senator for 2 years, and my plans for America is to make sure people are safe and happy in this wonderful country. I got my job as a senator by the people choosing me, Isabella Martinez, to be in office.
The number of representatives is based off population, and each state gets 2 senators. I, Augusta Mae Dixon, have been representing the 17th District, which includes the great city of Waco, for 3 terms, which has been 6 years. What a great 6 years it has been representing the great people of my great state. My dream for all the great people of this country is to protect everyone's rights that are guaranteed in the Bill of Rights.
The legislative branch makes the laws, controls the government's money, and declares war.
The legislative branch also has checks and balances.
Congress confirms the president's nominations for the Supreme Court, can override a president's veto, and impeach the president.
We are the executive branch. Hello, I am the president of this beautiful country of America. My name is Sonia Eaton, or President Eaton. Vote for me to keep eating. My goal is to stop poverty and to keep food on people's table. That will make America more beautiful. I'm a Democrat, and I want the government to put more effort into helping the less wealthy.
Hi, I'm Vice President Victorola Shrima. I work directly with our president.
This is our 5th year in office. I am part of the executive branch, and I have the power to veto bills by Congress. I can also create bills that have to be approved by the Supreme Court. I have many different influential responsibilities because I'm important. I enforce federal laws and policies, appoint officers and judges, meet with foreign leaders, direct foreign policy, sign treaties with other countries, appoint ambassadors, and prepare the national budget. I doubt this government could survive without me.
As Vice President, I'm the presiding officer of the Senate, which means I maintain order, recognize members to speak, and interpret the Senate's rules, practices, and precedents. I am also a ceremonial assistant to the president. According to the 25th Amendment, I also get to take over when President Eaton is unable to lead, like when she's in surgery or dead. Not like anything's going to happen to President Eaton, or like completing a 24-step plan for assassination. No. Everyone loves President Eaton.
I'm the 3rd female president, and I am proud to be a woman. I was appointed into the office by the people. I lost the popular vote, but I was still appointed when I won the Electoral College vote. Victorola Shrima and I were rivals back in law school, but I honestly know she's a good person now, and I trust her completely, which is why I made her my vice president.
President Eaton chose me as her vice while she was campaigning. We were enemies from Harvard University, and I hated her. Now we're good. But I figured she stood an okay chance at winning, so I accepted her offer to be vice. With a plan. It's always been my dream to become the president. Me becoming president would make America beautiful. I'll get there soon.
Last, and I mean certainly least, I make up a part of the judicial branch. I am Chief Supreme Court Justice Myrtle Gingrich. Myself and 8 other associate judges make up the Supreme Court and serve lifelong terms. We've all been appointed by different presidents, and some would consider us to be their greatest legacy. I was appointed recently by President Eaton. I have been Chief Supreme Court Judge for about 3 years now, yet I've only overturned 8 laws in all. I have the power to interpret laws, declare them unconstitutional, and declare the President's executive orders unconstitutional. Our branch has the least amount of checks and balances since we're the least powerful. But I wouldn't say that my job's boring.
President Victorola Shrima! President
Order! While our schedules vary, that's what the courtroom looks like for around 3 days a week on our argument days. We are open to the public and hear arguments from the people. My opinions are generally more democratic. I believe in equality on all fronts and in equal education opportunities. This would make America truly beautiful. Yet sometimes the bills I want to pass contradict the Constitution. My job as a judge is not to push my agenda, but to protect the rights of the people in America as a whole.
Now we will show the passing of a bill. While officials would normally complete this process separately, we will show our representatives together.
Hi. Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. This is a bill that I just received from the Congress. It proposes that we ban guns for public use. The only people using guns should be a part of our military, high government official jobs, and guards. I think I am fully supporting this bill.
Yeah, I actually agree. We should take these guns out of the hands of people who aren't going to use them to try and enforce laws.
If you look at the statistics, guns are averagely used negatively and violently for the betterment of America.
Are you kidding me? This bill goes against my conservative values. Guns are necessary. They keep us safe. I could understand maybe banning military-style weapons, but not all guns for public use. In Texas, we have both country and city. Our country folk need guns to hunt or kill their livestock. Even though Texas has very safe cities, our city folk need guns to protect themselves from bandits. This bill disrupts our livelihood. You liberals.
Luckily, our branch has more people than Augusta. So our branch, the legislative, came up with this bill and voted to propose it in the first place. I feel that President Sonia Eaton has a good point. People don't feel safe if everyone has the right to have guns. People are shooting each other for fun.
Time for a quick recess.
See the dog sent to court.
Just kidding. Lol XD rar. Ha 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 ha.
Prize gun collection. I would die before my right to bear arms is thrown away by these socialist liberal criminals. Lock them up.
Do I really have to work with this girl? I don't feel safe anymore.
Wow. I guess what she's saying is allowed, but just wow.
It's not like her opinion matters anyway. Her branch already passed the bill. Ha!
I mean, I guess we should listen to everybody's opinion, but...
I hate to say it, but this is a really difficult bill to pass. It covers the Second Amendment, which is one of the most controversial amendments today. In the Constitution, the Second Amendment is stated as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And the definition of arms is weapons, ammunitions, and armaments. The reason this amendment is under such strife is that it was written in 1789. This was when muskets and rifles were among the most common types of weapons. Machine guns, automatic weapons, and much more powerful guns than that, what we had 230 years ago, are used today. The main argument is over whether the amendment should still be allowed with the arms we have nowadays. This bill is unconstitutional, since it directly goes against the Second Amendment. There's no looking around it. This will take away the people's rights to bear arms. I'm sorry, but I don't believe I can declare this constitutional with the Second Amendment being intact. If you want to repeal the Second Amendment or make changes to it, you would need a 2/3 majority vote in the Congress, in the entire Congress, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. It would also have to be approved by 3/4 of the states. This would be incredibly hard to do, since a large amount of people have the same views as Augusta Dixon here. I'm sorry, but I have to declare this bill as constitutional.
I'm upset that this bill did not pass. We do not want people walking on the street in fear that they will be shot. People had guns in their pants, pockets, anywhere on their body. I just want our country to be a safe place for people to live and visit.
Oh, what an embarrassing failure. And on TV. Although I do agree that the public doesn't need heavy weapons to protect themselves. They also definitely don't need guns in public.
The Second Amendment was made in the past. It's allowed to be changed. And I think it's time we move on and better our opinions. I wish this bill had passed.
These people are acting like guns are the end of the world. The Founding Fathers were very intelligent men, and they understood that we needed the right to bear arms for a reason. I understand not everyone thinks the same as me, but think of the different circumstances that are present in this country. Good people living in bad areas need a way to get guns legally to protect themselves from people who are illegally obtaining guns. Plus, another thing this bill does is allow normal government officials to have guns. But how is that fair? We are normal citizens, too. And the 14th Amendment states that everyone is equal under the law. So that is unconstitutional. Do these people not know how to write legislature?
2, 1. The next step is to make a new amended bill. Congress needs to change this bill, or it cannot be passed because of Judge Gingrich's unconstitutional declaring, making the old bill void.
Over at Congress, we have amended the bill. It is now only banning automatic weapons and asking for new regulations and every gun owner to have a license. Certain requirements have to be met to obtain a license, though. Us at the Senate have approved this bill by a majority vote.
Sadly, the House has approved this bill.
It's better than nothing. I will also approve this bill. The new regulations prevent a lot of people from buying guns, and it will save a lot of lives. Although in my opinion, guns may be a part of American life, but they are not necessary for non-government officials. The people should trust us at the executive branch and all the other branches to enforce the laws.
This bill does not contradict the Second Amendment. The people still have the right to own their guns, just not overly powerful ones. Licenses would not prevent citizens from purchasing guns, but it would make sure that they are only put into safe hands. This bill passes.
Now I have to register all my guns. And I have to get a new license. Now everyone has to get a new license. This causes such a stir for the people who've obtained guns legally before, but now have them illegally according to this new bill. Plus, the good people who hunt with assault-style weapons won't be able to anymore.
I mean, the bill's great. Now we're past step 17 of my plan. Let her succeed.
I'm just glad that we have amended the bill. Now America can be safer and happier for people.
The rest of the Congress will come around eventually. Checks and balances are annoying. I should just become a tyrant.
I'm very content with the bill that was passed. We reached a compromise that will better America.
1. So the bill was passed.
Although if I had declared it unconstitutional again,
Or I had vetoed it.
The whole thing would not have passed.
Although we could have overridden that veto.
And the law would still pass.
the end.
Bye!
Bloopers.
Victorola Shrima, remember?
Actually, wait 1 second.
I have a prize gun.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You suck!
President Eaton, have you been eating lately?
Okay, go back to the tea. You don't even have to restart the video.
This is going to be the last
cares?
time if you
Just
guys
go.
mess up, I'll kill you.
It's just a circle at the bottom.
Okay guys, just give us all a second to like...
No, it's not this one.
It's these people's fault.
All I hear is drink spilling noises of black. I'm sorry, Letitia. It's all Letitia's fault. Are you kidding me? What's happening? I've been so good at all of these.
The end.